Hi, I'm Darren Lombardo, everyone. It's great to see all of you out here today. I'm glad you love your community enough to come here because this is very important. And I realize the importance of it. And as I come here, I want to let you know I'm running for Board of Education at large. And wanted to just introduce myself, let you know why I'm running. Not to get into details because there's so much to say, but it's been a journey. I've had my oldest graduated through the Wycomico County Public Schools, and my youngest is still in the school system. And through, I would say, a 20-year period, I've seen the school system evolve through Common Core, what we have today. It went from traditional teaching, which we pretty much all grew up under, to progressive teaching. And the change, the drastic change, has replaced core subjects of math, science, history, and English, what we grew up learning, being infiltrated with political bias in the curriculum, robbing those core subjects and what the children need to learn. And so in doing so, as we all know with the pandemic and everything that occurred, it set our children back 2+ years. And so with that, in that 2-year window of loss and what we have today, it was replaced with the bias, and it has really impacted the students. We're dealing with all sorts of things now as a result of the pandemic, but some of this stuff has been going on for years. Just real quick, that are important as far as school is to restore not only core subjects, but parent involvement in education. The school system has worked tirelessly to create a wedge between the family. And so what we want to do is restore that and establish that between the family and education.
Awesome.
Okay, here's my question, Mr. Lombardo. You state that you wish to assure or to remove critical race theory from the school curriculum. Could you point to a specific example of where that is in the curriculum of Wycomico County Schools?
That is a very good question. And so let me just explain real quick, because people hear CRT, they ask, is it in the school? School officials and a lot of teachers will say, there's no CRT, it's not taught here. Just so people understand, critical race theory is a theology, it's an ideology. And it's implemented through what's called SEL, which stands for Social Emotional Learning. That is the mechanism to deliver the integration of CRT. So with that said, it is absolutely in the curriculum. And I could give examples of it. We have countless examples of it actually in the curriculum. I have sheets of assignments. An example would be, we'll use a piece of literature, for example. There is a piece of literature that was written in the late 1800s. It was written by Kate Chopin. It's called The Story of an Hour. Some of you may have read that in high school as children. And so an example of this piece of literature, you could take a piece of literature and twist its meaning with the SEL and the CRT integrated. And so not to get into the logistics of the story, but what they did is they took the classic literary piece, and which is done with several pieces of literature, classic literature through the school system. It is twisted on end, and it is made to make the characters oppressed. Okay, so it will take the situation, and always make someone the victim, and always identify an oppressor. And this is constantly hit home into the kids all throughout the core lessons. Countless. I have agendas, lesson plans from teachers with it all integrated right up to the MSDE, the Maryland State Department of Education, that lays out the seeds and all the foundation for the local school system to teach it. And on top of that, to end real quick here, the undermining of society integrated into that to be lawless and to uprise against law enforcement that works tirelessly each day to make sure everyone in society is safe. It is a disgrace what's in the curriculum. and what our law enforcement has to endure, and to turn a blind eye to it and say that it's not there. I have stuff from this school system that will make you fall out of your chair. Thank you.
And I should bear in mind that each person will have 3 minutes to answer the question once I have finished asking the question, so.